chair on. So it's down to members.
Can I put you forward for the chair?
With our friend Mr. Kenyon then.
Yeah, I'll second you. Maxine nominated. Anybody want to? Anybody else?
Is that okay with everybody? The chair. So, in accordance of the requirements of the Local Government Act 1972, a parish meeting can be attended by the electors who reside within Hemsworth, Filiming and Kingsley. And obviously we've got a few councillors as well, who would obviously want to see what's going on. Obviously you've voted me in as a chair for you to, so we can move forward now. I've just got standard minutes, so there will be minutes and everything. It will be recorded properly. So we'll go to first thing on the agenda. Wakefield Council Local Plan 2036. Obviously we're not going to get many answers because most of the councillors here don't know what's been going on. Yes.
Can I ask if Councillor Kenyon has sent any apologies for not being here?
No.
No?
No.
No.
Documentation about
No.
2036 Wakefield Council
He
local
sent
plan.
apologies.
No apologies, I'm afraid, from any of the councillors at minute, so, no.
Have they still got time to turn
I
up?
say sorry, yes, Donna Moran, she has
sent
sent
apologies, she's away. But also I've just had a message off Melanie Jones saying she obviously can't make it due to current all the things that are going on.
Right, so yeah. So no apologies apart from those two. Obviously we know about Wakefield Plan 2036. We do now anyway. There has been a few mistakes. If they'd have just apologised and said, hands up, we've made mistakes, it might have been a lot different from what it is now. I don't know what to say to you all.
I asked them to do that 4 meetings ago.
I know you did.
People who only wanted the truth, and if they've made a balls of it, admit it and let's move on. That was 4 meetings ago. Now they're admitting it now, they've made a balls of it. Just admitted it.
Excuse me. Are we taking a vote for the chairman?
We've got one.
The councillors have voted for chair and voted me. Is that okay?
Aye.
This is only for this meeting though. Mr. Kenyon will still be chair.
We'll see.
We ain't got the right to forward. Sorry.
So yeah, we need to move forward obviously for this.
What's going to happen, Maxine, with Highfield Road and that?
We are.
I am looking at that for them parishioners.
We are. I am actually, and I've asked Shane Folletti, Councillor Shane Folletti to help me, but he's not here tonight. So, but we are actually moving me and Shane on that one. Obviously, we can't say much at the minute because it's new to us as well. So we are going forward with that one.
I thought that were all in plan 2036, Highfield Road and all others.
Yeah, but
so why is it just coming to light now that we're going to need different areas?
Because they'll do it, they'll move it. It's got to all be finished by 2036.
Right.
So it's all going to be in different phases.
Right.
Yours were phase 1. Birtwood will be phase 2. Highfields will be phase 3. And that's how it's working. And unfortunately, yours were first.
Are you talking about the ones down near the water park?
Yeah.
From Lowfield Road?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Lowfield Road, it's in Vale Avenue.
I can't hear you.
Is there no concept of natural justice that Highfield would get to actually make everything known? And yet still the residents concerned with open 21 on the side, because it wasn't just on the further as well. I would say that there isn't a sci-fi show made by like suggested one of the meetings, but we still don't get to express our opinions.
I totally totally understand what you're saying, David. I totally understand what you're saying. I came into this late. You all know I haven't been here long, but we still can fight it. We're still fighting it. We just need to just keep going.
But can we kill off this idea that actually it were previous council that were responsible, because actually it wasn't really till 2019 that we got into the consultation stage after the sites had been identified.
We do realise that this all kicked off in 2019. Mainly, you should have been known. Everybody else got told. I could do a statement of information. You all should have had a statement of information. There's been some mistakes by some of the councillors, and it just we can't.
Is
Obviously,
there more councillors than town clerk then? Claire? Who is actually to blame here? Because obviously the town clerk is the legal side of it and the parish.
yes.
So
Yes,
while we're voting for no
he's-
confidence in Jimmy, should we not be doing the same for Mr.
Yes,
Draper?
the clerk should have put a statement of information out. He should have been the one what let you all know. But he is only doing what he's told. He has to do what he's told.
So if Jimmy said don't send them out, he don't send them out.
Well,
Well,
I'm not saying that's what
I'm
Mr.
just
Kenyon
saying,
did.
So he's on 50,000 a year, yes, he knows his total.
Yes.
Well, he won't want 50,000 a year then, does he? Because he's a
Well, I don't
non-resident.
know if he's on that.
Well, I'll tell you, he's on 50,000.
49 actually.
Well, he says he's bound for what he's whipping, isn't he?
What the clerk's job is to do is advise
Pay
us.
there on, and he's on 50,000, the last thing off, but what they've gone through, and that bugger's on 50,000, and he can't even turn up at a meeting.
Mr. Draper is on holiday. Mr. Draper is on holiday.
No, we're not about Deborah, about Kenya.
Well, yeah.
About them all.
The clerk is there to advise us what's legal. If we say to him, what's done this, he has got to tell us if it's legal or not. He cannot say he can't do it.
Has he signed the cheques?
No, not all checks, no.
So who goes with council? Is that the chairperson?
Was the book stopped with him?
Yes,
That's what we're saying.
yes, yes. Yes,
I'll stand up. Last Monday, David and I did have a meeting down here with Mr. Draper. And although he's not willing to say, put it in writing, which I did ask, he thinks he's done the right thing and decent thing at the beginning to have it minuted on record that going back to when he should have done the work, he didn't read the emails. We were told on Monday, that's how he'd been told to do it. He used the word, he was told to wing it. Wing it away, wing it away. Anything to do with planning. That is why none of us knew about LP21. And until we got to the bottom of it again, nobody would have known about Highfields and Moorshut Road. They do now. They've had all the letters. I've seen to that. I've been up to talk to people that were all in the dark. I don't know if there's anybody here from Highfields tonight, but
I'm not your letter.
I've not
Oh,
had
well, I
one.
don't
We
know
live up there,
what side
Greenfield
of-
Road.
I did get as many as I
you
could
will
do
be
40
getting,
of the day.
you will be getting
Yes.
statements of information.
But Mr. Draper did admit anything to do with the local plan 2036, anything to do with planning, it wasn't his domain. He didn't know what he was doing. Obviously, they
He didn't
did.
know what he was
This
doing,
is the
yeah.
point at how many times we have come here, and it's brilliant, we've all come again tonight, but how many times we have been lied to. Absolutely blatant lies. How can you say you did not know about the local plan when you actually commented, objected on 2 sites of the 7 sites that were on the local plan? So again, Mr. Draper Allen tried to tell the truth on Monday to David and I, but he said his hands were tied and he was told to wing it. So therefore, there's only one other person that knew about it, who sat in that chair at every meeting we've been to. I didn't know about it, and it was 2017 Labour's fault. No, it was only 2020, when everybody started doing what they should have done at other councils with their residents, we've been let down. We've been let down by certain councillors, and there's somebody telling lies that's in this independent council.
Well said.
So, is anybody else would like to speak?
I think she's said enough, hasn't she?
Yes, love.
I've got one question. I don't want to fight. I sound like a robot. I'll stand up. So about 12 months ago, I stood here, and when LP21 comes to light, and then conversations started happening about 2036 plan. If they didn't do anything all those years ago, we've asked several meetings what's going on. Why can nobody on this board take them out of the equation and take it upon themselves to go out and inform people about all these changes?
That's what we have started doing.
We started doing it and started seeing what you say. We know it's too far down the line, but why can't we start looking and informing everybody?
I
making
have-
sure that- because
yeah.
I still hear people in this room today saying, what's that? What's that?
I know.
And we could just have one plan here that highlights all the changes in Hemsworth and local area that's going on. Why can't that be put out to the public? Why can't we reach out to
That
them?
will be coming out to the public.
But why
We
is it
are,
too
we
late?
are, we are working on that. Me and Shane, me and
I
Councillor Shane
appreciate
Fletcher are
the
doing
stuff
that.
you're doing, but everything else took 12
The
months.
thing is, we are, it is like you said, it's after horses, really. But what we need to do is we need to all stay together and fight this, because I don't want all the same spaces going. I'm a big animal rescue thing to me. I'm wildlife, everything. I don't want this happening. And it's all going. It's gonna be horrendous, because where I live, we're just gonna disappear into Aqua Kingsley. It's just we are starting to fight now, and working with Julie, I have seen that lady. That lady is amazing.
I agree.
And
All of this is because of Julie.
yeah, she has.
All of
yeah.
this organisation, everything that's happened in the last 12 months is because of
She
Julie.
has opened
And I
my
appreciate
eyes.
that members of the board are now standing up because they have to.
Yeah.
Why is it took 12 months?
She shouldn't have had to. She shouldn't have had to.
Like, she's walking out streets with David, like, handing out leaflets and posting things on people's letterbox. 3-4 months when it should be council's job.
Part of the problem was that the information wasn't being shared. I'm not a fan of councillors, I'm not going to name them, right, but I honestly believe that the councillor I passed, how many sites did I have been around there? Really didn't know. Now, the problem is, these chairpersons have to come in together to make sure.
Well, that's what the church is.
Yeah, it's not even.
Now, there is a reason he failed to do it, and you have to ask yourself why. Is it that he's actually incompetent, or does it go deeper than that? We can't throw accusations because we'd have liabilities.
I mean, we have got proof that
Whichever one he falls on.
that the email sent was only sent to certain councillors, not every councillor. There was emails sent, but they were sent to certain councillors.
All I'm going to say is that shows something when not here today. Don't that show something? The Parish Council meeting is not here, so it shows something.
It's an ongoing issue, and we are slowly getting there, and some councils will agree we are started getting the process. Yeah, we have started getting process from the emails for planning.
Is that going to cost Springvale Rise their views and everything else before it gets sorted? So I feel can keep their views and everybody else can keep theirs, but we'll be one who'll miss out on everything.
I mean, it's not just
End of day.
let's get it straight.
You know what I mean? Like traffic as it is, like you said, community traffic as it is. Like you come from Crossfield, Crossroads, and it's like boom, 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 as you're coming up. How much traffic is it going to take when you
As a
put
community,
people
we
to
can't hold this. We can't hold these houses we want to build.
You've not got a council now. At the minute, you need to be as strong as you can, and you need a council that's as strong as it can to fight this mess.
But we have got that at the minute.
We're a wreck.
Yeah, it is a wreck.
That's why we're here today, but he's not here as chairperson.
Right, before he even had Highfield, when you put all the 7 sites together, I mean, it's a while since I did the math, I'm fairly sure it's close to 800 houses. And even at the Highfield as well. Now, the inspector apparently is saying that LP21 is possibly a sustainable site, right? I'd love to know how they've done the feasibility studies, but apparently the inspector is looking at the traffic impact, right? But it's not just about LP21, you've got to look at it with the other 6
I totally agree. I totally agree. We won't be able to cope with all this.
Can you give him a mic when he's talking again? We can't hear him down
We
there.
won't.
No.
Give me certificates of calculating.
Yeah, I did ask him, I think he said they were building 2.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
May 9th, these elections on May 9th, how many of these people are up for re-election?
I was about to say, only one.
Are all up for re-election?
The May 9th election is Wakefield election, not Hemsworth Town Council election.
Hemsworth Town Council election.
And it's May the 5th, it's not May the 9th.
It's just a ward. Are you up for our ward?
Yeah.
Well, so she's up for re-election.
That's the ward.
I'm not a councillor.
Are you up for election on the May 9th?
May the 5th, yes.
May 5th, whatever.
Yeah, but for Wakefield, not...
Can you remember
Are
Purder?
you the only one that's putting up?
She's
Is
can I just, no, she's not the only one.
I don't know.
She's not the only one, there's 3 people put up, but I need to state that she shouldn't be answering questions about election. Being in Purder, she could get us into trouble.
But you can inform them of the, you can inform them of the candidates.
No,
No, you can tell them the candidate, who the candidates are.
It's a political committee, so it's a meeting.
All right.
Standing now,
Yes.
Right, she's
Yes,
standing
we've
there.
got 3 more. There's these 3 people standing for our area. The 2 what's visible at the minute, but one I've never even met him, seen him done off. I don't know where he's from or what. He's not from around.
He's from Thorpe Ordlin, I think.
Yeah, that's him.
Will he try and sell
He's
himself?
a Conservative.
There's
There's 1 Green, 1 Labour and 1 Conservative.
Through the letterbox from that lady.
Now, at the moment, you can see that the road from where the Springvale Rise goes all the way down to Crosshills to the market, it's already air polluted, and it highlights that already. So to have another access road coming out for 250 houses, going down that hill into Crosshills, and we haven't considered the KFC and the rest of the traffic that's coming towards the KFC at the moment. What will it be like? And you see, where the school is, a lot of children walking to school there, and they're all going into that Wakefield Road, and that's a concern of mine, air pollution.
Yeah, I totally agree. They, like David stated, they are actually now looking again into that traffic management on that road for LP21. They are looking into it again. There's some complications. David and Julie could explain that better, but they are actually still looking into that one again because they're not happy with what the report brought. So that is where we could possibly put some more objections in.
Do you want to read it out?
It is. I totally agree. Again,
well, I'll get Maxine, she's taking charge.
I totally do. I am.
If she don't want to, I will.
I believe that they should leave these. I mean, during lockdown, these places were people's godsend. They kept people sane. And they're taking away what we need for mental health issues.
Excuse me, Chair, how many meetings have we had in this night?
You read it out.
You read it out, I read it out. Oh,
Apparently, objections have to be in by the 11th of May, according to...
Yeah, well, it's moving for that one. What is that for?
Well, that's for LP15, which is Greenfield Road, where it was back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's got to find out about that.
With, so what I will do, where are you from?
Greenfield Road.
Well, you will be getting, you'll be getting some information very shortly about it. We will be helping you put your objections in, and advising what you can do. So you will be getting them very shortly.
It's green belt, that land, isn't it?
It's all green belt, but they're taking away from us. Everything they're taking away from us is green belt. We've even got playing fields taken away from us. We've got wildlife on woodlands bit.
I've just been saying, it's like I've to look over the field on about building on, and I'm low, watching all wildlife. It's like a minute away from home. The office is facing out there and low, watching all wildlife. Just think that'll be gone.
Well, it's football fields as well, isn't it?
So Kevin wants me to read this out. Do you want me to read that out, Kevin?
What is it?
Yeah, you read it out and I read it out.
Still to me, this.
It's your email.
Farmer doesn't harvest down there because of
Oh, what?
wildlife.
I read it out.
Do you want me to read it out?
Make sure it's loud.
Right, I've got an email from Kevin Conway, Mr. Kevin Conway, what he'd like me to read out. This gentleman here.
Put your hand up, Kev.
He sent an email to everybody. Morning. I would like to go on record as officially complaining and reporting about two councillors' malpractice and foul and abusive language, requesting it be put on an HTC meeting agenda. I refer to Councillor Kenyon and Councillor Jean Eccles, referring to members of the public as both non-diplomas, distrips and scum, both of which I find offensive, abusive and totally unfounded, discriminating language such as such as this is no place in civilised democracy society. I think both should publicly apologise and retract their putrid defamation. Do you agree? Can you pass this on to all councillors, please?
Yeah, they should apologise. Can I have that, please?
So obviously we can't get too much out information of most of these questions because the main person isn't here.
How can we get a meeting?
It took us how long to get this parish
He
meeting?
can
They'll
refuse.
be spraying at 2 or 3 if they're getting paid.
He can refuse to come.
If they're getting salaries, they should be able to come. If
We're
they're
not
getting
getting paid.
salary.
We'll get paid.
Oh, you're on 50 grand.
Mr. Draper's on holiday.
What about
It's
Kenyon,
not his
is he?
fault that this happened
Has
during
he
one
got a
of our
deep
holidays.
pocket, Kenyon, hasn't he?
Pardon?
Has he got a deep pocket, Kenyon? He must be on some bloody money.
So is there any other issues you would like to raise before we go to the last one?
No,
I can again, Maxine. I'm concerned with the amount of cronyism what's been very apparent on this council. And the certain councillors actually benefited financially from it. I think that's totally wrong as well.
Yeah, I can't answer that one either. I have asked that question myself.
What question was that?
Well, the councillors are here, so she could apologise for that, what you said out in email.
What we got up to? What's that? Yeah, that's the one I want to be read out.
What happens now? What happens now is, obviously, I'm gonna just make sure I've got this right from somebody. Now, if this meeting goes the way it's gonna go, I think, and it will go to Wakefield to be pushed forward for them to come and step in and help. I'm just making sure I got that right. So, if you get a vote of no confidence, and obviously the chair doesn't have to resign, but we can go to Wakefield for help.
Maxine, can we request a forensic financial investigation?
We've already requested one, we are having one.
I've one question to ask about this. Members that is a vote of no confidence that went in. So 2, 3 votes are not.
Okay. That's a bit strange. You don't hear us really.
Oh, you can hear it, don't you? There's 3 votes of no confidence going in the chairman, Mr. Kenyon. Right? Now you councillors all had a vote. Yeah? Now it was 6 each, from what I can gather. But then the casting vote went to Mr. Kenyon. Hang on, let me finish. Legally and by government law, Mr. Kenyon should not have voted.
Exactly.
So therefore then, that vote, 6 apiece for the councillors, and really now it should come back to the public to vote. And if this public here votes, and I think I know which way it'll go, the vote from the public should go with the 6 councillors on whichever side it was. But he should not, by government law, even government law, House of Parliament, he should not have voted. He's broke the law completely.
I totally agree.
He can get done.
I totally agree. I have asked that question and I've got fobbed off again. And
to be honest,
Maxine,
what you're doing is you're banging your head.
Shouldn't Draper have known that? That's his role.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The clerk should have advised him on the political way to carry on. So is he not doing his job?
No, he can't.
He's doing as he's told.
Shouldn't allow him.
Already mentioned.
He should not have had a vote by government law.
Yes, but he's there to advise him.
No, yeah, but government law, like I've explained, government law, House of Parliament, the ones that got no vote of confidence against him should not vote. And that's government law, not my law, not their law, government law. And if they don't stand up to that, all I can say to that.
There's been a few issues where I've questioned about what's been happening in the what's been happening, but
council.
Chairman's got 2 votes, not 1.
not on a vote of no confidence on himself.
Legally, by government law, he should not have voted. And that is government law.
In fact, he had 2 votes then.
Yes,
he don't have any.
He had 2.
No, he's got his own vote, he's got the deciding vote.
No, he doesn't have any.
No,
he's got a vote of no confidence against him.
But he did. But he
He's got I know what he said. He's got no confidence against him. So therefore, then, by government and House of Parliament law, he's abstained from voting. And these lot here, I feel sorry for them. And they close it. I'll lot them. Because I'm going to say it now. This council is corrupt.
The problem is, the problem is you have a clerk, right? That clerk has legal responsibilities, right? That includes advising councils about points of law, not just administration, right? So that clerk should have been fully aware of what needed to happen. It didn't. So we can put a vote of no confidence in against Mr. Kenyon, but what happens to Mr. Draper as well?
Put one in for him. No confidence against him. It's up to you.
We haven't tabled that as a motion, have we?
No, but you can put a vote of no confidence in against him. That's all you have to do.
You've just said all councillors, you.
Yes. They're all corrupt.
Come get down here and tell me to my face.
No, let's just leave this, let's, please, don't start destruction of the please, because I'll have to,
Where's my stick?
Come on, move.
You're corrupt. All not you.
Oh, aye.
You have to come down and tell you.
So, would you like to move forward to the vote?
Have a vote no confidence from the public. That's what you want.
That's what we're doing.
If
This
you have,
is what we're here for.
right, just tell them to put the hands up.
Actually, I did miss one thing out. If we get enough votes tonight, us as a council have to put out a poll for all of Hemsworth, Fitzwilliam and Kingsley. They will have to vote. If we get the majority, I think it's 70% of the votes from Hemsworth, Fitzwilliam and Kingsley, that's when Wakefield can come in.
The public.
Yes.
Wakefield can come in. That seems it down.
We haven't got that many in there, we haven't got that many in there.
200,000 then.
No.
How many residences do you have, Kingsley? How many residences?
About 13,500.
Yeah.
How many?
In Hemsworth there's 13, like in Kingsley there's 4,000, and in Fitzwilliam there's 4,500.
It's a nonsense.
But what? Can I just finish?
Sit down, then.
What we need to do this properly. It's not going to be. You can't do it like it's been done before. We've got to do it properly. And for us to get this council back, we have to do a vote for all the parishioners. We're going to get it.
Vote to re-elect, you mean? No vote or no
No, no vote, no confidence. So what will happen is, when we've got this vote here, we'll work it out, and then what we'll do is, as a town council, we have got to pay for a vote poll for all the parishioners to have a vote. And then, when we've got that vote back, that's when Wakefield can come and help us.
How long will that
Do you have
take?
any idea of the cost, Maxine?
Charge Kenyon for
The
it.
lady that's a Green Party lady, I forget her name, she sent a leaflet out, and she put on there, most of the local elections, there's 24%, that's all that turn out and vote. And they're the elderly.
This,
So how do you reach
this
people?
will be,
200,000.
this will go out by hand. We're not going to post them, we're going to go out by hand.
And do they know, are you going to let them know what they're going to vote for? And what's really happened, it's like basically the reason why everybody's voting a vote of no confidence is because what's happened, how it's gone behind his back with all this planning commission, but Fitzwilliam and all of that and Kingsley don't even know. So how are they going to know what they're voting against? They're just going to be like, but they're not going to know. I've only just started knowing since I've started coming to council meetings of this.
For me, there's another, I agree with the no confidence bit, but for me, these councillors need to be doing something and looking into what processes that them two are doing. How can they have emails sat in their inbox that these guys don't know? I feel for some of these guys that's not getting any of this knowledge, and they're getting kicked in because they're actually turning up. You know, so you can throw a vote out there and say, yeah, vote to get him out, but why? Because of LP 21? Or because of 2036 plan? No. No, not just because of that. It's everything else that goes on.
And all of the parishioners are obviously know what's going on with everything.
But a lot of it does fall apart to Chinese business. One person said one thing, he said another, then another, and everything changes. So why can't you play everything that's been happening?
Thank you, Maxine, first of all, because I appreciate
And that's their argument for when they feel planning on it. That's why I'm going to the council.
yes, it has got everybody aware of what's going on, but it's now time that we all need to come together. And one thing I want to say is, let's start the process, get this vote of no confidence, move it forward. Let's get the first stepping stone in, let's get him out. We do not want him here. But what I will say is, while we are voting for vote of no confidence against him, public opinion, if it sways that way, are we going to be able to put any processes, agreeing with you, immediately in that will stop any more damage that this duo are doing to this?
We have started processes of with Donna Morgan, Councillor Donna Morgan and Sean. They are processes starting where Don has asked for training and make sure that we know what we are doing. Obviously, we are new.
I don't dispute that, and I thank you for your patience, and
I mean,
massive-
I've learned a lot over this year, mate.
admiration that
My
you
God, have I
still-
learned from it.
And you're the first person
You'll learn a
to
bit more in a
actually
minute, I'll tell you.
say, yes, the ball has massively been dropped. But if you'd have done that months ago, people might have held on to it.
Well, we haven't yet.
It's
Respectfully.
too late, so can we move on?
Yeah.
And have a vote, please?
That's all you have to do. And you vote from public you can take it. The vote you get from me lot tonight, you can take it to Wakefield if he don't resign, you can take it direct to Wakefield from the vote from this lot
It will be
tonight.
going to Wakefield.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it needs to go somewhere to get rid of him. And if he's not doing his job right, he wants to be going and all. Telling you.
Oh.
What they call him?
So,
Draper?
oh yeah, he did do out.
If they're not doing the job right, they want to be gone.
So, firstly, I would like, shall we have a vote on the no confidence?
Individually or
Just, if you put your hand, I'll try and count it all.
Put your hands up for a vote, no confidence in Kenyon.
Item 4, a vote of no confidence against Mr. Kenyon, or is it a vote of confidence for all the council?
The vote of no confidence against Mr. Kenyon.
Chairman. The chair of Endon Council, Mr. Kenyon, that's item 4.
Yeah, that's a vote against. So
One vote for one man.
Madam Chairman,
Kenyon.
you need somebody to stand up here and propose a vote of no confidence. And you don't want to second it, then take the vote, end of.
Can we just make one point? Maxine, can we just make one point?
No, they've already had the vote of no confidence and it's been seconded, but the vote is, they voted.
We know that you know your stuff, we understand that.
I'm glad somebody does.
And we respect it, right? But can we make the point that we're not tarnishing all councillors with the same brush? We're not doing that. The concerns we've had is that the concerns have been outlined. There's 25 concerns outlined. And I put them together, having talked to everybody, right? And Kenyon must have seen them for months. And we've never had a response, a reply. And all we've said is, answer these allegations, and if you're going to refute them, provide the evidence. That's all we've said, right? Because if they don't do that, it adds weight to it, and it gives credibility. And that's why he's losing confidence. But we're not saying every single councillor does the same stuff.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there, yeah. It's just one man that's got the vote with no confidence against him.
Yeah, so if we were all in agreement, we'll move on to agenda item 4, was it? Yes, Maxine, please. So
Right, all them that's in favour of no...
no hands for no confidence in our chair. Please, we need a...
Sit down.
Right, would anybody like to second that I am going to put forward a motion of no confidence in our chair and ask for you to vote? I will second it. Thank you very much. Okay. Right, so can I have a show of hands, please?
I don't understand that.
For a vote of no confidence in our chair.
Bloody hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Just vote against him if there ain't done it, so unanimous. Bloody hell.
Put your hand back up. It's counting.
Unanimous, how was that?
Come on, let me get down.
I know. Is there anybody that don't want to vote against him?
No, that's gone.
I don't want to vote against him.
No,
Say,
it's
I've
fine.
got to do that.
No confidence.
Keep them up, guys, they're nearly there. Just to document it.
How many got?
Yeah, we've got 67. So we've got 67 votes, thank you very much, for no confidence. And inclusive of how many councillors was that, Maxine, as well?
Yeah. Four.
2,
So
3,
just
4,
one,
5
two,
of the 5.
3, 4,
5.
5, 6. Eh? 6.
Yes.
We're 6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5, 6.
6.
And 6 councillors. Thank you very much. It's all right?
And you voted?
So, those against the vote of no confidence, would you like to put your hands up? No, I can't say that with you unanimous.
Hey, I should be on there, but I'm not.
Is there any abstentions? That's what. Is there any abstentions? There's 3, the abstentions.
I abstain.
You abstain? Are you abstaining?
What?
Abstaining? 6. 6 abstaining.
So you got your percentage? Yeah? Yeah.
If you haven't, I put 2 fingers up each time I put my hand up.
You put 2 fingers up anyway.
Let's just remind people that people have their own opinions and so
Oh,
on,
yeah,
you know,
they
so,
do,
so
yeah.
whether they've abstained or they've voted against, we've got to respect their views. Yeah. And be quiet. But so yeah, I think we've got to the point now where we've actually got things. Hopefully we can still keep working together, Julie, and keep let's get that LP21. Yeah, definitely.
Why ain't here anyway?
Always.
What about an old
Why ain't
company
here?
in Paul Draper then? How do you know about that, Alan Maxine? Alan Draper, whatever.
Alan,
Hey?
it's
Alan's
not,
on holiday,
it's,
had it
yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
Alan's
what I'm
been on
saying
this
is,
for a long
when it
time.
comes back, can we have a vote?
We had an email months ago that Alan was on holiday these days.
Yeah, we did. It's just
At the
come
end of
down.
the day, he's in confidence as much as Kenyon's as Causes. So if one, it's unfair just to dismiss one when there's another incompetent person on the
Right. We have started a process within thingy. What we need to say that Alan is actually employed by us. He's not actually a councillor. I don't think you can't do a vote of no confidence on him. We have started a process where Sean is doing reviews with Alan to help him to establish how he's going. We are getting Alan a deputy clerk, and I am on that panel
Will
to
they
make
like
sure.
to read emails then?
Pardon?
Will they like to read emails? It's obviously Alan on, isn't it?
You don't want to be paid for something.
Can I say, Maxine, can I say something?
Yeah.
In regards to Alan, as you've said, you've all said many times ago, Alan, or Maxine has commented, Alan did say, I messed up, I didn't read the emails.
He did.
So I think
He put
Alan
his
did a
hand
bit
up.
of an unfair batting. He did all the
But
work.
we put it on record, and it took him 12 months to do so.
He said it in a meeting here. The last time that God had it, or whatever one meetings, he has said it publicly in a meeting.
Yeah, you've got to understand and all, for 12 months they've not allowed him a deputy clerk. He has had a lot of work on. He's admitted he's not been able to get it all done. And then obviously, yeah, there's been stuff like Venga Boys and the salt where he's had to do all that work.
That's going on. There's that much still going on in the daily life.
But again, I will point out that Mr. Draper is told by the council what to do.
Well, why don't you do it?
Like that, like, are we still focused on everything that's going on?
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Why doesn't he do it?
Which depends who's telling him what to do. Yeah. That's it.
You won't hear it, will you?
If you look, there's so much stuff going on, you know, and we're organising stuff down at Water Park and we're getting all events going on. But like you said, everybody's busy. but are we still, is everybody still focused on this and what's
Oh,
happening?
oh, yes,
and Not
yes,
just allowing it to be, oh,
oh, it's-
I was too busy, I didn't get time to look at it again.
No, yeah, we're gonna do the important bits. The important stuff is gonna make sure, we're gonna make sure it's all done from now on. But like I said, there's been a bit of conflict from where is with Mr. Draper is this the case of he obviously has to do what he's told.
Maxine, is he willing to put an email to Wakefield Council to say, oops, I'm sorry, we didn't read that email? Is he willing to put himself out of that and say he's done wrong? Is he willing to do that? Because if not, then he's incompetent to doing his job. Isn't it? If we were incompetent to doing our job, or a nurse or a doctor, and kill somebody, they'd have to stand and pay consequences. So why isn't Mr. Draper standing the consequences for inadequately doing his job?
Yeah, so like,
What? We had the family hospital. Look how many nurses get blamed for the floor, and then there's in there.
What I'd like to ask is, since we started on this, it was about the building site on the Greenbelt Day. Right, how far down the line, with all the objections we put in, like the pollution, traffic, resources, dentists, schools, is that all been collated? How far are we down the line and getting some answers on them that we've asked? So we aren't getting any answers back. Who's looking at the pollution? Who's looking at the traffic? Who's looking at the resources? Who's looking at the dentists, the schools, the traffic? It's all been collated. Because no productions we getting further with it.
It's all
Who's collating it all?
I'm trying to explain to you, right, that all this stuff has gone to Wakefield. We have to wait now to wait for it to decide. And obviously, with LP21, we were late. So that stuff, we could put in that stuff. That stuff can't, because it was late, it was closed.
Because we weren't informed. That's why we're late. That's why we just got shut in.
But this is what I'm trying to explain. We were late, it's closed. But now they have decided that they're not happy.
Misdemeanors.
So that's where we need to push and push stuff in like traffic management. Like I mean,
there's one thing that hasn't come up. What about where I live on Springvale? I'll overlook that park. I bought that house in Birmingham because it overlooked a good scene. Now, if they build houses on there, am I allowed some compensation for the property drops in price? Can I claim some compensation? If it drops 60,000, if my property drops £60,000, I'll just have to load up the 4-bedroom house at the back of my bungalow. All I can see is somebody getting bloody back. What compensation can I get? All I can Let's go back to my original question. Who's collating all these problems that we've highlighted? How far have we got down the line?
they have got to wait till Julie's done it all. Julie. We're trying to explain to you. We went because of their incompetence, we went past to the female.
How far down the line has he got for us? Is he still passing?
Right. It has been collated. I've got an email in my hand from Mr. Draper from August of last year. I filed my objection along with lots of other people here, and he responded to me saying that our objections are being collated. I don't know what is being done with them, but the results are being collated. Right. I've got it here in my hand.
Deadline being the 11th of May.
So, my objection is on the other issue. So,
What's this again? Something else with me?
oh my
Oh my God, something else with me.
Oh,
Julie, when did you actually come to this meeting and what?
5th of August, 25th of August.
This is straight after that because,
When they said they didn't know anything about
even
it.
if Councillor Kenyon right at the end said everybody sent her emails to Mr. Draper, you know, strongly objecting. So it was like
You can
talk
put it in
about
the-
letters, send emails, and that's what it is.
Do you only know about that because you came to the council meeting?
Yeah, yeah. So I came to the first one, so basically, I was new to the area. Basically, I just got the house, so yeah, it was word of mouth, and that's what.
Right. Now,
You wrote to what you're
obviously.
Can I just point something out?
Apart from picking
While
up
you're
dates.
at back talking, people here can't hear a word
Sorry,
that's going on.
Most of the meeting I have not.
Sorry about that. So now what's going to happen is obviously I'll get all this stuff typed up with minutes and that, the votes.
Lift my cup a bit.
Pardon?
Lift my cup a bit. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
I will get the votes sorted. I will gain some other advice as well about where we're going forward with this. But from my understanding now is we can ask for a vote from the commissioners and we can go to Wakefield, which I will be personally going to Wakefield with this.
So can we just ask when it does go out?
You'll
Is
see.
it gonna be limited, like why we've got a vote of no confidence?
Yeah, everything's been taken tonight, plus obviously.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to all residents that don't come, or.
It will, I'll get it out, I'll get it to everybody.
Why it is.
Is there any way he could be suspended from chair and duty while this is
We
on?
can't touch him. We can't touch him.
Well, is it true that he was going to resign in May? I've heard that.
No.
Resigning in May before election. He wasn't standing.
That's a few.
Is he standing again then?
You didn't
Do you know if he's standing after the elections on May the 5th?
No,
He wasn't going to stand for the chairman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
May,
Councillor by vote.
That's
the
what
thing
happens when people don't turn out
it's
to
not a
vote.
commissioner's vote. It's their vote, and if they vote him back on, yeah,
You get
if
one
they
vote.
vote him back on,
He didn't get voted on, he didn't have an opponent.
I'm on about the chair, it's not about.
He was unopposed. No, nobody else stood on him. Exactly, he was unopposed. Actually voted on.
And I will tell you that the minute we are minority.
What chair?
We didn't know there was voting when he got voted.
That's not one that's you.
Yes, we had these same councillors with majority of votes.
Last year, I think it was, at the meetings, the lady councillor admitted that she was at the initial meeting at Wakefield Council. And she also said that there were 2 other councillors went to that meeting. Ever since that meeting, none of them 3 councillors have turned up. Are they still on the council? So they can vote for it to stay in there?
No, it's got nothing to do with them. This is just our vote. This will be our vote for that chair in May. That is our vote. This will be just out to these councillors, the town council. You're talking about those 2 councillors.
That's law, that.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not me like that.
Have you got just a minute? We didn't even know we were getting voted on as chair anyway. They didn't even tell us we were voted. We went, oh, next thing we put in and we didn't know.
So, yeah, just to repeat what people didn't hear earlier, about collating all our objections and evidence and things. So, shortly after the first meeting in early August, I sent an email of objection to Mr. Draper, the town clerk, and I've got an email, it's in my hand now, and his response was that all the information is being collated. So, there has been a response, so to take that forward in light of the things that we found out at that first meeting. So, it's basically my question is now, the information has been gathered, what is being done with it? So, yeah, he sent me a response. Yeah. So.
But what happens to the deadline of the 12th of May for all objections?
That's we'll get you objections in before the 12th of May. We'll make sure that they go in before the 12th of May. Then obviously after 12th of May, then it goes to Wakefield. And then it obviously then we'll see what comes out of it.
But people need to know before that.
That's what we are going to do personally. We're going to make sure that everybody in that area, and in fact all areas, will find out.
Who do we get in touch with if we need any questions?
You can get in touch with me if you want, and I'll find your questions.
She says we're going to go out and let everybody know what's going on. So once you've let everybody know, how is that timeline going to work? That if you go out in 3 weeks' time to inform everybody that you need that clear in 2 weeks' time, and it seems like you're going out and telling everybody even though you've got a list of all the objections.
She's on about Highfield.
I'm just meaning in general, so you went out and spoke to all of them.
So what we need to know is that there's a link where you need to go on onto Wakefield to make that objection. If you want to know that make something else and add something to that objection, you have to back on that link.
And I want you to be able to do that on that link.
This is what's frustrating. Because to me, it's wrong, isn't it? Because they shouldn't be doing it like I don't think they should be doing it. I think they should be considering.
Like you look at Springvale Right, it's a lot of help, like.
Yeah, exactly. But I will actually have a look into that and see what I can do about that one.
I'd quite happily volunteer to sit at the library and help anybody who's had a comment on
Yes,
it.
that's what we can do.
What do you do around people? I know it's probably have to be detailed, you know what I mean, but.
Like library, everybody can go.
Caroline will deliver some leaflets for you. That's very nice, Caroline.
That's what we can do.
Maxine.
Hello?
There's elderly people can write to that address but recorded delivery.
Right, yeah, right. There is actually an address to write to if you can't get online.
Maxine, there's someone who's wanting you.
Sorry. I can't hear everybody, so if questions been asked before, I do apologise in advance. Right, we know that the good planning to build on all these different sites, and residents are objecting and one thing and another. I've also seen the plans of how many houses and banks is the property developer that is building on LP21. What's the time limit before we can make an impact to stop this from happening? And
It's gone.
Totally.
This is why we're here.
So whatever we said from now on is not going to make any difference.
Not necessarily true, because they have reopened some of it up.
When can they start building? Because Moxon sold that land.
It's going to take a long time before they start building that, because it's got to go down to, obviously, down London and everything first. So we're still waiting for that to happen. I mean, you're talking what?
2024 to start building the first one.
It's gonna,
Well, my list here, I'm not being
but it has reopened again.
You live? Yeah. I thought I was checking it out tonight.
You said it's too late. Now,
Be careful. Look after his feet.
The objections have gone in because you're saying we're too late. We're too late because Kenyon did not inform us what was going to happen. So surely it goes to status quo. It starts from the beginning because it's illegal what they've done. So why have they got away with illegality when it should have come to
Wakefield
back to us?
Council, there's some issues with Wakefield Council. We have got some issues. Obviously, we don't want to be selling everything at the minute. But what I'm trying to tell you is, what Councillor Kenyon's done has got nothing to do with what Wakefield's. They can say, well, that's not my problem, that's his.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's a legality that he's got away with. We've been overrun that, haven't we? We can't get a claim to stop it now because he said it was too late for any objections to go in. We didn't get any objections to it because they didn't know they were going to build because they never told us. So it goes back to status quo. It should go back to status quo.
This is what we are fighting Wakefield at the minute.
And when will you get?
Well, they should put a hold on that building then. Till all this, excuse me, they should put a hold on it and tell everybody has the say on this, where the legalities start and where they end.
What they are saying is, they told the council, they told.
I'm not telling, they're the same people, whether it's Wakefield or Hemsworth.
It's
the
not the same
councillors.
people.
No, Brian,
They're not the
it's
same
not.
people.
No, it's not. Wakefield did tell our HTC. Right,
It was the
Yes, I know,
it was
but
Hemsworth Town Council what
I'm
failed
saying
you,
is-
not
What I'm
Wakefield.
saying is, if they've done something illegal and they're still carrying on with the building, then they've got to
See you later.
Thursday. See you on Thursday.
They don't know what I'm on about. They can't get what I'm on about. If they've done something illegal, they should be accountable for it. As all
Then
the
the
stages
town
go
council
in.
can put objections in, so Wakefield can, yeah, jump in notice.
Yes, Claire.
The last time there was a meeting we had at Wakefield to stop it, Mr. Kenyon didn't even turn up, and he told us he was going to the meeting here, and he never turned up.
He told us he was
How can
going.
we trust him?
Can't.
Well, that's why they've done it. They've got no confidence.
This is what I'm saying to you though, but what I'm saying to you is, Wakefield is totally different. They're just gonna turn around and say,
We couldn't go to this meeting. He was the only one that could go. We couldn't go. But he didn't turn up.
Can you tell me who gives the go-ahead to get that site ready for building? Who signs the bottom line? Say, right, you can have, we'll pay you £2 million for your field, and we'll carry on with it. Is it Wakefield or Hemsworth?
Wakefield.
Now Wakefield then should keep Hemsworth informed, which
Yeah,
said they have done.
they did.
So then Hemsworth has never informed us.
Yeah.
So that is illegal.
Yeah.
So it's illegal.
I want it's not illegal, it's the water
Can you get a
council.
solicitor on this? Can we get legal people? Because it's illegal what it's done. If he hasn't informed us they're going to build 260 houses, then he's got to be accountable for.
Getting in
front of chairman, that's on your smack on his wrist.
You're getting mixed up because
I'm not getting mixed up.
thinking that it should be Wakefield, but it isn't. It's down to these.
Well, he should be accountable to Wakefield if he hasn't done his bloody job. For not informing us.
Well, that's what we're going to no confidence because he hasn't informed us. That we all know.
Yeah, but it hasn't altered out, has it? It's just a smack on wrist for him.
Yeah, it should go back to the start. It should go back to the start process.
Yeah, it should.
Is that why they're
And
is that why they're calling
morally, it should. But
I can see your frustration. I can see your frustration. But if we're all governed by legal values, aren't we? Or we should be. Now, if he's been illegal, what he's done, not telling us, because they're going to build 260, then he's accountable for, and Wakefield should make him accountable.
It's our ward councillor.
Can I just ask, where does LP21 stand just now? Because everybody seems to have different views in this room about where LP21 is.
Right.
And where it is actually at.
Can I just ask you a question, what she's asked? In terms of where it's at the moment, I feel like we're sort of fighting a bit of a losing battle, I don't want to say it. So our views out at back of our bungalows are in jeopardy as land behind and whatever. Is there any way we can move it forward by having an input in what gets built where? Because I don't want
This is what I've said from the start. We might have lost because of.
I mean, I'm not about any on it, but I'd like to know.
But we should be able to go to the day. We don't want houses there. We want bungalows. We want it being in line with what we've already got. We want this and we want that.
Can we then be compensated because we've lost an incompetent?
But that would mean you're doing a civil case against Mr. Kenyon.
You can bet the selling the houses.
No, Wakefield should bring the civil case against him.
Yeah,
if he hasn't done under their directions, Wakefield should be accountable for it.
But he's not accountable to Wakefield.
Who's he accountable to then?
Independent. This is where you know.
Is that why they call him Teflon now?
This is where, I mean, I'm not being funny. If that had been me, I'd have been accountable to the Labour Party. I'd have been in front of them all. But because they're independent, there's no party as such. They're not accountable to nobody.
Unbelievable.
What about the ward councillors? That's on the Wakefield Council. Why didn't they inform us? One of them councillors is on the planning committee, chairman of the planning committee. She knew about it in 2019, and everybody's blaming Councillor Kenyon as well. I think the ward councillors should be guilty as well. Sandra Picking for one.
Yeah.
Yes, because she's on chairman of the planning committee. She knew about this in 2019. She was too busy getting a photograph on Facebook with armed forces and keeping it behind everybody's back. She spoke to everybody, she spoke to me, she never mentioned a word about that. She went caravanning, never mentioned a word, that woman.
She admitted not understanding it totally.
Yes, and that was Pauline Kitchen. Sandra Picking pulled the wool and Glyn Lloyd over Pauline Kitchen's eyes and said, oh, we won't look at that, it's only scrubland down near the water park. And that comes from Pauline Kitchen's mouth. So it's not just Kenyon, it's the ward councillors now. And Sandra Picking, and that young supposed councillor that's put up in her place, they visited everywhere. They never come on Springvale Rise. That Melanie Jones and Sandra Picking, they never come down Springvale Rise, Canvassing.
Right.
And is that why Melanie Jones isn't here tonight? Because Springvale Rise?
No, because Melanie Jones is in Parish and she shouldn't be here. She cannot come.
She couldn't come at all.
That because of the election.
Right.
But I know that Melanie Jones has been asking, well, constantly with this, hasn't she, Julie? I do know that she has been in touch with John Trickett and she's been asking questions and I can't say all else about Sandra or Pauline or Ian because they're never here to ask questions.
They have been invited, you know.
But I will stand there and say to you that I do know Melanie's been on board. We've been talking.
But the ward councillors are as bad as Jimmy Kenyon then? Yeah, they are.
It only happens because of them.
Yeah, because if Sandra Picking would have put it on her Facebook, instead of armed forces and everything else, oh, I've been running around Hemsworth, talking to the people. But no, whatever meant about turning green belt into brown belt. And she won the planning committee. She could have said to anybody, oh, we have to change
I
Wakefield
mean, no, I'm
Council.
not being funny, like, yeah, you're saying that about one councillor, but there were 3 councillors, what, never said about anybody.
Yeah, but Pauline Kitchen wool got turned over there. That feel like back of me scrubland, according to Pauline, what she got told.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's hard, isn't it? Because when you look at it from a council's point of view, if they're wanting to make their town successful, then some of these houses would have been for the people that, you know, their kids are having to move out to other places. Now, if the housing was affordable, you know, if they were bringing that affordable housing in, then it would have been a good community, you know. And it is building and building. It's that fine line between keeping everybody happy and keeping the town up to date and moving.
What you need to understand that is this 2036 system in government. They've told places like Wakefield they have so many houses to build before 2036.
Yeah.
And this is why it's all being pushed onto us. Because, and don't get me wrong, because you've got the government down there saying, hey, go up there and build all them houses. And then they're down there saying, oh, we've got to preserve our green spaces down here.
Yeah.
Why down there and not up here? I mean, we're Yorkshire. Oh, Yorkshire's known for its green spaces. That's what we are.
Why they said they're taking all of that green land and all of that other land, but then they're all
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We need to preserve green spaces, but let's build on this land here when all them deers are living in.
But why is it only Hobson's land and not the farmers round it?
I think it's the sugar and got there faster, didn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. So, right, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
I hope we've got some questions asked. I know, I'm a bit.
We'll see you on Thursday. On Thursday. There's a meeting on Thursday. You're checking minutes. Well, I don't know where he'll be. No. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Thursday. It'd be nice. Tell him to his face, which he can't do to anybody else. I mean, oh no, I know. I've tried it, I've been there, I'm used to the meetings.